Today we are going to talk about inventions and discoveries.
Wow,
Yeah, that's going
sounds
to be
good.
nice. But you know what? I have to tell you something. I have
Mm,
a problem here in my house.
well,
The
tell
pro-
me.
yeah, the problem is that we are in time of elections, so they are going to elect the Copasi. The election is going to be next Sunday, so they are making the political campaign. And the problem is that as they are passing by with their claxons, their horns, and they are shouting, and uh,
I can get that. Don't worry.
yeah,
We can deal with that. Yeah.
it's so noisy. But if you see that I turn my microphone off, it's because I don't like that noises to be recorded in my class.
Mm,
So that's why if I listen that they are near, I turn the microphone on, off. I mean, still the moment they pass away.
perfect. Perfect. I
Uh,
get that.
all right, thank you very much. All right, so please talk to me about your week. How was your week?
Well, in this case, it was little things to talk about because I saw you 2 days ago. Then my week,
Yes.
it was very short now. I don't have stories to tell, nothing. It was
And
very calm.
yeah, and what about the week from yesterday, today? I don't know. Has it been relaxing or so stressful?
No, well, it's a little difficult because here in the place that I am in Sweden, it are around 4 a.m. Then take these classes, sometimes it's a little difficult for me. Today I don't want to get up.
My goodness. You know what? I didn't know that, Sandy.
Oh, really?
I didn't figure out. I knew that you are in Sweden, but I hadn't paid attention to the time.
Yeah, it's a little difficult for me. But I need to tell you something. I really enjoy these classes because I feel more comfortable to talk in English now.
Excellent.
And I really do well, it's not a super mega effort, but it's a little difficult. But I feel that it's worth it.
I thank you so much. You know what? That's wonderful for me. This has the most beautiful opinion that I have had. So thank you very much.
No, well, you are really great teacher. I know it. I take a lot of courses of English. Really, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And you are
Wow.
good, very good.
Thank you very much. All right, but you know what? It is very worrying for me to know that you are awake still this time. So, you know what? I think that if you want, we can have another schedule for you because
No, no,
it's
no, it's
non-human.
okay. No, it's human. Don't worry. I study veterinarian. It's human to take classes at 4 a.m. I
Oh
really do.
my,
Yeah, because I have patients in the early morning, and it's normal. Don't worry.
my goodness.
I appreciate your comment, but it's not necessary. I feel bad. I don't want to be special. No, for no,
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 no.
no. Well, it is not. Well, let me tell you that in fact you are special.
Oh yeah, why?
Yeah, because for me it is very nice, very beautiful to see that a student make big effort for learning. And so even you are so far and you are looking for some other options. That's nice. You know what? I have worked as a teacher for 25 years
Mm.
and I am sincere. I am serious. The most motivating thing that a teacher can have is to see that some students want to learn. Whenever we are in presential classes, it's all of the time the same. Some of the students do the homework, some others don't. Some students pay attention, the other ones are making noises, talking, eating. And so
Yeah.
um, for me, it is really motivating to see that someone wants to learn and that what I do is important. So I thank you very much. I really thank you because you motivate me to continue doing this.
Oh, wow, thank you. Well, it's very nice that you said that. But really, if you weren't good, I maybe I do not do this. Really,
Oh,
really.
thank
It's
you.
because you are good. Really, really good. You do the classes very, I don't know if it's correct to say fluid. I don't know.
Fluent.
Fluent, exactly, fluent. It's interesting. I'm never get bored. It's super good. You are really good.
Oh,
Then
Sandy.
I really appreciate that the last semester I had the chance to meet you, and now again it's like, oh, thank you.
Oh my, thank you very much. Thank you. I really thank you. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to start, or maybe you want to I forgot. How do you say esperar?
Wait.
Wait for the others.
No, it's okay. They are coming whenever they can. So it's
Okay.
okay. You know what? As I told you before, we are going to talk about inventions and discoveries. And so the
Perfect.
question is, in your opinion, how different has life been from the ancient past to the modern era? Well, here we have some pictures
Mm.
that may be next to the reality, but I'm not sure. What do you think about it?
Well, it could be next to the reality. Of course, the first one, the second one, I don't think so.
No, let
Maybe
me
it's
tell you.
yeah, it's a movie, right?
Yeah, it's
About
part of
I don't know exactly. I think it's ¿Dónde están los dioses or something like that.
the movie picture is the caveman,
Ah, the caveman. Yeah.
and here
Mm-hmm.
you are. One of the starring of this movie picture was Ringo Starr, the drummer of the
Yeah.
Beatles. Here it is. Here he is. Dennis
Wow.
Quaid, and well, it was a very comic movie. It
Yeah,
was,
I can see.
yeah. Of course, this is not the reality, but let me turn my microphone off, please.
Chi, go, go.
I'm sorry, this is so annoying.
Don't worry, no, don't worry. I can understand that.
All right. So, Sandy, why don't you talk to me about the difference from the ancient past to the modern era according to these pictures?
Well, you could see that the person don't have clothes, for example. The weather was very different. The houses, well, it's a cave, not a house, like in form. Well, in that picture, they had fire. That's okay. That's good for cook and for keep the temperature at night. They had rudimental tools like I don't know how do you say spears, some lances,
Aha, yes, that's it.
spears and rocks in form of hammers. Well, that picture is really funny because they almost don't have clothes, but the women are uh, their chest covered. I don't know why, but okay. Um, what else? They have a mammoth there. I don't know it's mammoth in English or some
Mammoth, it's okay.
mammoth, yes. And they do some kind of tramps or traps, or I don't know how do you say trampa?
Aha, traps.
Traps, traps,
Traps.
traps. Looks okay. Looks like, well, strange, but okay.
Aha, that's it. Maybe it is not very near to the reality, to the truth.
Well, we never. get there to know it. Maybe very real. Well, I don't know. Well, I'm not a specialist in history about this time. Maybe, I don't know. So it looks a little strange because it's not a cave. I can see like a tienda de campaña with
A
leather,
tent.
a
Tent.
tent,
A tent.
leather tent or something like that.
Uh-huh. All right. Thank you very much, Sandy. All right. Malinali, welcome. How are you?
Hi, thank you.
Excellent. How have you been?
Sorry?
How have you been? Have
Different?
well, I mean about you. How have you been? Have you been fine?
Yes, more or less. Thank you.
All right, that's pretty good. Welcome. Okay, Patty, welcome. How are you?
Fine, teacher. Sorry because I was in a meeting one more at the
Uh,
church, but I'm here.
Excellent. I am very happy to listen to you and to see that you are here. Malinali and Patty, you know what? We are talking about the differences about the ancient past, the life in the ancient past, and the modern era. So Sandy was talking to me about her appreciations on the picture, the first picture we have.
Yeah.
And so, Malinali, could you talk to us about your opinion? Uh, what is it? Is it something that you consider that is true, or it has some inconsistencies?
And sorry,
It's
I
okay.
don't know. Maybe it's a wrong picture. It's sorry. It's difficult to see because I am in the cell phone.
Ah, that's it. All right, don't worry. Please tell us what's your opinion about life in the past. Was it easy to live, or did they face any dangers? What do you think about it?
Well, maybe it's most dangerous to live in modern life.
Yes.
In the past, people maybe only want to eat, a place to live, and in the modern life, it's very complicated. We need a car, we need electricity, we need a lot of things, and it's more dangerous, I think.
That's it. Hey, that's a very good opinion. Thank you very much, Malinali. All right, so Patty, what about your opinion?
Well, I think that in the past was more dangerous because the animals were enormous, and but the people was organizing groups for protect themselves. Yeah, it's true. It's fine.
That's it. I thank you so much. I agree with you. You know what? Uh, that part, when you said about the animals, I think that
Yeah.
it was something that they had to take care of, because as we know, there were enormous animals.
Yeah.
But you know what? It attracted my attention also what Malinali said about that it may have been less dangerous to live in the past than now, because now we have many other dangers. I think that yes, in a way, life has been dangerous all of the time. But here, look at this. Here we have another image. as I told Sandy, this is not a real image. This is not serious. It was a comic movie picture. The name was The Caveman. They are supposed to be carrying an enormous, a very big egg, a massive egg.
Yeah.
But of course, eggs were not like that. But what attracted my attention was the organization that people needed to have in the past. So society needed to be formed in a way, maybe because they needed to be together to get some things. They needed to protect one to each other. I don't know. Sandy, what do you think that it was the necessity of living in a society?
I think in the old society, they need to be most organized, more organized, sorry, more organized because now we have a society that it's made for individual jobs, Nobody wants to work with other person. We have cell phones, we have our computers, and that's the team that we need. Normally, I see that in the office when I worked in government. All the people only want to work by themselves, no in teams, because working teams have some problems. You need to lead them. Well, no, whatever person need to lead them, to have an objective, a focus, and it's difficult to have socialization to do a task. Then I think many years ago, maybe caverns, or I don't know, en las épocas de las
Caves.
cavernas,
Yeah, in the caves.
in the caves, they need more teams to do tasks, of course.
That's it. And you know what? I think that it was also so necessary to have that kind of organization to create something like a communication code, a language. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, so that they could agree to disagree about some things that they needed to do, they needed to have, and well, everything that they needed to cover their own necessities. All right, thank you very much, Sandy.
Thank
Malina,
you.
what do you think about this social organization?
Well, I think everybody needs of all of them in the world. In Montessori, there is a children's lesson. It's named Lesson of Breath. And they teach the children that we need about everything. If I want to eat taco, I need corn, I need meat, I need a lot of things, and all that things are made for another people. And society, it's a way to
Organize.
organize all of our works. But I don't know if society actually is working like like in the past. I think no.
That's it. You know what? I consider that your question is very interesting because we can talk about what we see in our communities, but we don't know about some other places. And well, if I want to talk about my community, it doesn't work. I live in Ecatepec, and let me tell you that here I could see last Sunday I was in another place. I was teaching some master degree classes, and I could see that all the people greet each other, all the people have good wishes. For example, I was eating a sandwich waiting for the transportation, and all the people that passed by were telling me, Bon appetit. And I said, thank you. For me, it was strange. They were saying, good morning, bon appetit. Oh my, and here in Ecatepec, nobody talks to you. Even if they see you that you are having any problem, nobody stops to wish, to have any good wish for you. So I think that in my community, society is not working. But well, Patty, what do you think about it?
Oh yeah, I was hearing to you, and for example, I live in Monterrey, and I was living in Tampico, for example, and one time I saw a young man. He said, "Good morning, please, could you help me in, and the los que estaban atendiendo, ¿cómo puedo decir?
The clerks?
Yeah, uh, say, it was something strange for them because they say, oh, he's not from here. Yeah, because it's very como educado.
Polite.
Polite, yeah. And, yeah, was something strange for them, but for me was really nice.
Yeah.
Because we can make the difference between the people. My nephew says, oh, and it's because you are not from Tamaulipas, for example. Okay, I'm not from Tamaulipas, but in anywhere, the people can be polite.
Polite.
Polite. Entonces, well, I think so. Because the people needs one to another.
One to each other. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, Sandy, I have a question for you. As far as we know, you are living in Sweden, but I don't know. Could you talk to us about how is people over there? Are they polite? Are they warm? Are they helpful? What's your appreciation?
Well, people here, it's super polite, but they are not warm. They are like very cold in when you are when you don't belong to the family for them, you are like strange. They are very polite with you. They do great efforts to communicate with me, for example, that I don't speak Sweden. But they are like cold, you know? They are polite but cold. But if you have a problem in the street, like you need help to park in your car, for example, they ask you. And it's a rule, not right, that the people help you. It's like they help each other, no matter who is the person that asks that.
Hey, that's great. That's
Yes, it's very good.
And how do you cope with that situation of communication?
They speak English. Almost of the person here speak English. They speak very well too.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's great.
If they could speak English, they in the most of the cases they could speak other language, because Sweden is like it's only speaks here. Then they try to learn English or Spanish or French or Dutch or whatever.
Hey, that's great. It's so cultural because it is not only to have something for their personal background, but it's a possibility of having communication with some other people.
Exactly.
Really,
They
that's
try
great.
because they understand that it's important to have their own language, but they know that Sweden is not the language of the world, you know.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's nice. You know what? That last phrase was so touching for me because here, for example, we speak Spanish and we know that Spanish is a language that it's widely spoken all around the world. And even if we go to United States, there's a very enormous Latin community, and very surely we are going to meet anybody who speaks Spanish. So that's not a problem for us. But in the case of Swedish people, they feel that they have the necessity of having communication with the others, so they tend to speak their languages. That's kind, that's very kind from them and very polite.
Yes, it is. They are like that. They never hug you, for example. If you in Mexico, I know a new people, and maybe these people hug me, you know, or kiss me.
Uh-huh.
Here, not is like that, but they really try to communicate with you. Really, really try. Include in Spanish, and they know 2 or 3 words in Spanish all the time.
Wow. Hey,
Yeah, they
that's
are very
great.
kind.
Wow, thank you very much. That was very interesting.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Okay, so look at this. Now, ta-da, here we have. What is the difference between shopping here and shopping here? Malinali, what do you think about the differences?
Okay, the difference between shopping where?
Well, I say shopping in here. Of course, they
Yes.
are not shopping, but they are collecting food. And shopping here, they are collecting things.
Okay. Well, in this picture, three. I can't see it. Uh, there is three women
Three women.
shopping. Okay, okay. Well, it's Fifi shopping. It's only go to I don't know to lose money.
That's it. That's
Uh,
so.
sh- she doesn't have hungry or are not thirsty. And caveman, it's absolutely only for food, only for to survive.
For surviving. Yes, that's it. That were necessities. All right, thank you very much, Malinali. So, what about you, Patty? What do you think about these differences?
Oh, many difference. For example, the clothes are different, and the houses, the people, the organization for go for shopping. Okay, girls, we are four. We can go for shopping too.
That's it.
Well, it's better time, for example, where not the same danger that in the past, but our dangers is different. It's about the
Safety.
safety. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I hadn't considered that part. Yes, you're right. In the past, we had dangers because we are escaping from animals and from the weather. But now we also face some dangers. For example, that one of security. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Patty. Okay, Sandy, what do you think about the differences?
I'm agree with Malinali. It's a different dangers now, and if you see in the first one there are only men, and the second there are only women.
That's it.
Then the society, it's, well, change, it's obvious, but I think that the concepts too, because like she said, I don't know, I don't remember if it was Malinali, that the first photo is for food and the second it's like a waste of time from, in my point of view, of course. I don't like do shopping. I hate that.
That's it. And you know what? I coincide. I totally agree with you both, because in the first picture, they had the solution for some necessities, for some surviving necessities, and the second one is just for fun. So they don't need to buy. It's just maybe a social activity, something that they can enjoy, like playing chess, watching any movie picture, or going shopping, something that it's not really necessary. All
Mm-hmm.
right. That's it. That's marketing.
Mhm.
Exactly.
All right. Guess what? Now we are going to talk about those necessities. Whenever we have any necessity, the second part is that we try to solve it. And many necessities that we had were solved by inventions and discoveries. Here we are. So please tell me, in your opinion, what were the most important inventions in human life? Can you help me writing in the chat your appreciations and your opinions? You know why? Why in the chat? Because I would like to work a little with grammar and with spelling. If you write, I can give you feedback. If you speak, I can't be interrupting you any single moment, because you are going to lose fluency. And the objective for speaking is gaining fluency and confidence. And now let's go to the writing part, all right? So could you help me writing your opinion? You can say, for example, in my opinion, the most important invention in human life was the WC, the electric bulb, because etc, etc. All right? Could you help me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
perfect.
Thank you.
Teacher, I don't remember where is the tools for write.
Here you are going to find three little dots that say más. Uh, if you click on that, you find chatear.
Let me see. Three little dots. Ah, where?
In the screen next to the green and red part, where it says estás compartiendo la pantalla de Maggie Argot, there you are going to find those three little
I,
dots.
I only see you are viewing Magyar got the screen and view options, but I can see the three dots.
In options, what do you have in options?
I had Zoom Ratium, request remote control, annotated, and exit full screen.
No, there should be another one that says chat.
Chat, yeah, it's. Ah,
Mhm.
okay, perfect. In the chat you want. Okay,
Yes,
perfect.
yes, please.
Thank you.
Thanks to you. Okay, here we have Sandy's point of view. She says, in my point of view, the most important discovery is fire because for it we can cook the food and have better digestion. Take all the protein and evolve. Excellent. Hey, that's so interesting. Let me write some light corrections, all right? You said, in my point of view, comma, the most important discovery is fire uh, because with it we can cook food. In this case, Andy, we are not going to say the food because we are talking about food in general. If we
That's
talk,
true.
yeah, if we talked about food in a particular way, for example, the food we eat, the food that is in the kitchen, it is particular, then we are going to use THE. So we are going to cook food and have better digestion. Okay, comma, take all proteins and have evolution. Okay, it could also work and evolve. All right, thank you. Okay, Malinali. Maybe the most important invention was the wheel. The wheel, okay. Because, because it gave options to travel and transport. To travel and transport things. You know what? Transport is a transitive verb, so it needs an object. And transport things. Okay, so people moved, as it is in the past, we say people could move faster. We are talking about that they had the opportunity, the possibility to move faster and longer. Good. And longer. In my opinion, it was, period. In my opinion, it was the beginning of the global movement, Excellent. Hey, very interesting, Malinali. Thank you very much. Patty wrote, I think that the wheel has been one of the most important inventions for its use. In addition to transportation, in many devices that we use it. Okay, hey, that's it, Patty, pretty good. Let me write the corrections. In addition to provide transportation, comma, in many devices we use it. Okay, pretty good. Hey, that was very interesting, pretty good. You know what? I think, in my personal opinion, a very interesting and a very important invention was the WC. Do you know why we say Well, why is it called WC?
Water cleaner.
Aha, excellent. That's it. It's a water cleaner. And it was the solution for some hygienic problems. But I thought that it was unique, that it was something that we use it everywhere. But somebody told me that it is not true, that in Japan people don't use it, in India people don't use it, and even in China people don't use it. Do you know anything about that? Do they use the WC in China?
It's a hole in the floor.
Aha, that's it. It's a hole in the floor. And so they don't have any WC.
Oh.
You know what?
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
serious.
Oh, I remember when I was living with my suegros,
Father-in-law, my parents-in-law.
parents-in-law, they don't have water cleaner, and I don't like it. Oh no.
Ah, that's difficult. You know what? I remember. Yes, I'm sorry, Patty.
Remember, it's fine.
Yeah, you know what? I remember that long time ago I was working in a school that was in a mall. In that mall, there were many other business, for example, restaurants. There were 3 or 4 Chinese restaurants, Chinese food restaurants. And the people who were working there were native Chinese people. I remember that there were many problems with the Chinese people because they didn't know how to use the WC, and so they used to stand up on the sides of the WC so that they could use it. And some of them, the WCs in the bathroom, in the toilets in the mall, were broken. Some of them were dirty because they were standing up with their shoes, of course. So there were many complaints. And the Chinese people argued that for them it was normal, that they didn't need those apparatus in a toilet. So for them it was bulky and it was unnecessary. So it was interesting because from culture to culture, we have differences, many differences.
Was interesting.
Not too much
I
when
didn't know it.
yeah, and you know what? I had also in that same school a friend who was coming from Algeria, and he told us that for him to be living here in Mexico was very difficult, even whenever he needed to go to the bathroom, because in Algeria, the bathroom has I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of the faucet. Yes, it has a faucet that you could turn and there was water blooming for you to clean your parts. So they didn't need paper. They washed all of the time when they went to the bathroom. And so for them, it was so nasty to go to the bathroom and not to have any place to wash. Just to clean with paper for them was awful. And we said, uh, so you mean that every single time you go to the bathroom, you take a shower? And they,
Yeah.
oh, not a shower, but we wash or intimate parts. And I said, wow, that's interesting. And he said, you are so nasty people because you just clean it. Ugh, you. And I said, why?
And I don't like to see the papers in the basket. You. It's
Mhm.
really
That
some
is,
people with this.
yes, it can be disgusting.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's
Okay.
interesting to clean with water.
That's it. Yeah, with a special faucet in the WC. All right. Well, thank you very much. Now, let's go to another part. Ta-da! Here we go. Let's talk now about machines. For example, the washing machine, the dishwasher, and of course, there are more machines in a house or in human's life. One very efficient machine is the car. Another one, a device that we can use is the cell phone, the computer. So, do you think that they have contributed to make life easier, and how they contributed to make it? Malinali, what's your opinion?
Mm, yes, they make life easier, but sorry.
It's okay.
Um, but I think that it's not a real contribution to our for time. It's easier to live in with machines, but time is always gone. Um, but uh,
I think my
as lot it at at
Malinali, you know what? I think that you are facing some problems with your microphone. We can't hear you. We can understand very well what you say. But yes, you're right. Machines have contributed in a certain way, but in another way, we have abused of the use of machines. All right, thank you very much, Malinali. So, Sandy, what do you think about it?
I think more or less like Malinali, but for me, the machines give us more time to do other things, you know? When in the past we need to wash by hand, it was terrible for moms, for example, that had many kids for diapers or something like that. But in the other hand, we use a lot machines and we don't have time either because we lost our time using the cell phone, for example. You
Hmm,
know, like in ill way, I don't know, a sick way, like enfermizo,
uh-huh. Yeah,
and that's
okay.
terrible for the society now.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? Talking about that, for me it was so sad to see a mommy. She was walking by the street and she had a very little boy. I think he was kind of like 3 or 4 years old, and he was walking alone. He was just like this to be crashed by a car because his mom didn't pay attention to him because she was chatting on the cell phone. And I said, my goodness, here in Mexico, children kidnapping is at the top. And so that young mother didn't realize that the most important was to take care of her baby, not to be chatting with I don't know who.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so it is ah, incredible. All right.
Yeah.
Well, very much, Sandy. Uh, Patty, what do you think about this?
Well, these machines have our life more easy, and we really suffer when don't works. For example, our wash machine. For example, I don't have a dishwasher, but I would like to have one.
Mm-hmm, that's it.
Yeah, and about the cell phone, it is true. The people see more the cell phones sometimes more than their children's.
Their children, yes.
Yeah, because we have a lot of accidents for because the people is only seeing their cell phones and don't see the when where they are walking, se distraen, ¿cómo podría decirlo?
Distract.
Yeah,
They distract.
they distract with the cell phone.
That's it. So there are many people who are driving and texting. I say, no, oh my, how is it possible? We can crash, or
Yeah,
they can
in
crash a
my husband,
person.
sometimes he do he does this. He is driving and with his cell phone, and I say, please don't. I can help you. And
Yes.
I write the message, or if he's in a calling, okay, but he can use how say manos libres,
Free handset.
free hands, yeah, something
That's it. All
for
right.
security. Yeah,
Yeah, that's for just for security. That's all.
it is our own security and the another people.
Yes, that's it. Most of the in the most enormous, the cruelest accidents have happened because of a distraction.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
And
it. All right.
really sad when somebody died for this.
Yeah, that's it. And that's so sad. We don't understand. But, well, you know what? I wanted to talk to you about the washing machine. No, the dishwasher. Yes, that's what my comment, the dishwasher. You know what? I have heard that many people say that it is very useful and that it is very nice. But I had a dishwasher long time ago when I was a little girl because my father bought one for my mother. And my mother at first was very happy. She said, wow, that's modernity. It is going to be easier than in the past. But guess what? When she began using it, she really refused. She said, I don't want this thing in my house. And I said, why, mommy? What's happening? Guess what? She said, well, first of all, I have to clean the dishes by hand so that they don't contain any trash, any
Uh-huh.
because the conducts, the pipes in the machine can be stuck if I put food in. So from that part, it's the same like washing the dishes by hand. Later on, you have to put them in a certain way so that the water can flow freely into the between the dishes. Later on, you have to connect it to an electricity part when you can also have hot water. And later on, you need a special soap to sanitize the dishes, and it is very expensive. The third part is that whenever the dishwasher begins to work, it takes kind of like 40 minutes to wash the dishes. And whenever it finishes, you have to turn it off and wait for 20 minutes, more or less, so that the dishes are cold. Because as they have been washed with hot water, they are so hot. And so, okay, later on, whenever they are cold, you have to mop them because they are very opacious. And so that they can be brilliant again, you have to polish them with a mop. So it is enormous quantity of work, more than if you wash them by hand. So that's why my mother said, no, I don't want this one. So please sell it. And my father sold it. At first it was very funny, but later on we said, Mommy, can we wash it by hand? Please, please. So it was funny.
I think so the same because yeah, it's true. We need clean before and to put in the dishwasher. I don't know why,
So it was supposed
but
that there was going to be less work, but no,
yeah,
that's not true. There's more work.
but it's more fast by hand. Well, I think so.
It is easier and it's cheaper.
Yeah, because you need complete the charge, and, and there are many dishes dairy in there, and don't work at last, and you complete the charge. Yeah,
hmm So you have to wait for all the dishes to be dirty so that you
yeah,
can start.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, thank you very much. You know what? I think that we can be talking for a long time about this topic because it is so interesting. But unfortunately, we have finished. But I don't know if you want to say any comment, to ask any question about the platform.